And it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Pascal Siakam.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So the New York starting five, they've got Chris Middleton. Towns is out there with Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. And for Indiana, Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The Cobra out there with Halliburton. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward position. We've got a couple of top contenders from the Eastern Conference, Greg, and this one feels like there's a little extra buzz in the air. Do you feel it?
Oh, Kevin, it's almost that postseason feel, right? High expectations for both of these teams. A great opportunity to lock in and kind of get a barometer for where you are against a playoff-level opponent.
Now here's Brunson. And by now, we know how much emphasis MP's been putting on his offense. He wants to be the leading scorer every time he takes the court.
And boy, has MP delivered. It's so apparent how much preparation he's done coming into games. He knows all the ways to break down an opposing defense. Anywhere there's a weakness in the D, he'll find it and turn it into points.
Middleton against Mathurin. Nice shot by the Cobra.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Brunson. Averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league.
The lefty Brunson with a sweet 3-stroke.
Siakam outside to the middle. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
That one falls. 6 points for the Cobra.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Brunson with a clean look. No good on the 3.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Brent, when you survey Jalen Brunson, going from role player now to all-star, what a rise. What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. It's simple confidence. I don't think there's one point where Jalen Brunson didn't believe that, not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner.
And so it's Indiana with it after Jalen Brunson missing on that last 3-pointer. That's a 2 from Mathurin. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
That's too hard. New York moving it around. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against Miami got the job done. He scored 40 points, and he was dominant at the offensive end with a high field goal percentage as well. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The Pacers making a change here. Walker's checked in. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. So it's New York now, following the score by Indiana. Towns, a screen on Halliburton. Here's Bridges. And the shot is long. Indiana lead by 6.
Clearly a foul.
Indiana shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting. Just about 73%.
No good on that one. And a new group in for the Knicks. And he sinks the second. Knicks trail by 7. Forrest passes to Bridges. There's a screen by Achua. New York missing again. The Pacers have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Halliburton passes to Parham. Towns with the steal. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Bridges outside. Pass to Forrest. From outside, off the mark.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Now, here's Siakam. Still yet to score. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Knicks substitution.
Here's Parham. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And that's 15 points for the Cobra.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots to knock them down. And the game is fully in their control. Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do. And right at the top is guard that guy.
And so it's Indiana with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Bridges out there with Achua. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Bona in at the center, filling out the middle. Took him no time at all on that one. Parham. Got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Here's Bona. Turner covering. Fires from the line. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Brunson's got 7 points in the game.
And that in-between J, Brunson capable.
Here's Parham. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Brunson, left side. Good. Brunson, no fear down low. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Now on the court is your Heights Squad. Get loud, let them hear it. All right, fans, who wants a free t-shirt?
Josh Hart, he's checked in for the Knicks. Bridges comes in for Miles McBride. Some nice passing by New York here. Pass to Achua. Now here's Brunson, defended by Parham. Good work there as it goes. 14 points here for Jalen Brunson.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Now here's Brunson. 14 points for him. That's no good. He is 5 of 11 shooting from the field for the game. Here's the Cobra. How about 2 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball? Yes, that goes in. And now an 8-point Indiana lead. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. From past the arc, it's rebounded by Tyrese Halliburton. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Utah Jazz. Here's Parham, the 15-footer, good. Parham's got the lead up to 10 now for Indiana.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
And here's Brunson outside. And the Knicks miss again. For Indiana, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Knicks trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Brunson capable here of having these binges, scoring the basketball.
Now, here is Halliburton. No scoring in this one. A nice shot by the Cobra.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Brunson kicks to Achua. Pass to Bridges. Now, Hart. And here is Bridges. 5 on the clock. On deep, Brunson. Brunson with another miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A nice shot by the Cobra. 32 points for the Cobra.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the half. And here's Brunson outside. Connects from three-point range.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into
it? Here's the Cobra. Just 3 on the clock. And the layup is up and in. Got 34.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's Indiana. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this.
Howdy, folks. Time for halftime fun. Woohoo! Before we check out the action at hand, first order of business, the power rankings.
And taking a look at the Pacers, they're pretty entrenched in their power ranking spot. Hard to see much movement from them this late in this year.
And that's not a problem for them. They have a great roster and all the tools they need to make a lot of noise in this postseason.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Pacers.
You know, on the boards, they've been ferocious. They've been intimidating. Reminds me of watching big fella out there.
You know they're going to have some bruised elbows tonight. Thank you, Kenny. That was your first compliment in 3 years.
Too.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Indiana leading by 11. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with the Cobra. And it's Mathurin in at the 3. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half.
He shot a lower than average volume here tonight, but his efficiency doing it has helped the team build the lead.
Hard against Siakam. Here's Brunson. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report.
Emphatic. And good to see Mathurin getting aggressive and finishing there with some force.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So a moment now to see the story for Tyrese Halliburton.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Siakam. Here's Parham. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And I would not test Turner. And Miles has led the NBA in blocks and just has great timing on his jumps.
Brunson outside. Pass to Towns. Fade away. And the Knicks miss again.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Here's Parham. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Parham's got 7 now in this quarter.
With the finish line in sight, this guy is determined to be the one to put the game away.
And the foul called on the Cobra. That's his first foul. The Knicks making a switch here. Bridges checks in.
Number 0, Miles Bridges.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. To the paint, here's Brunson. And goaltending is... the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
And aren't we here with Brunson? This is what we expect from him, crafty and efficient.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple of occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Here's Brunson after the made shot from Parham. Ring shot on the way. Brunson, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Turner passes to Parham. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. Look at Indiana. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And of course the New York Knicks, 2 spots down.
And seeing where Indiana is, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year, and they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
I think every great team welcomes the challenge of trying to be elite, and they want to do it on a nightly basis.
The Cobras' shot is off. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
They have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
For the Knicks, Achua, he's checked in for Josh Hart. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jalen Brunson. McBride passes to Bridges. Bridges outside. New York, no good that time either. Pacers leading by 20. Here's Parham. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got his third assist on the night. 1:02 left to play in the third. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
What a stuff there. Bridges doing it with authority.
58 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Parham. Sinks that one from the post. 49 points for the Cobra.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Taking 2 shots.
That one is no good. The Pacers shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Shireman can't hit. Pacers leading by 21. Parham passes to Siakam. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Mullins checked in for New York.
Number 18, DJ Mullins.
24 seconds left to play in the third. And the foul called on the Cobra. That will get, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the person.
When it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And he makes the first.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense.
Parham passes to Halliburton. Mathurin with the ball inside. Here's Parham. And again, that gives him 51.
Making it look easy. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now. Just get...
And so it's Indiana holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Keep working the game, possession by possession.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And New York, looking at who they've got, Jalen Brunson out there with Miles McBride. Then there's Miles Bridges. Then there's Achua. And it's Bona in at the 5.
And he has become deadly from that in-between area. Brunson as efficient on the midi as anybody.
A nice shot by the Cobra.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
McBride passes to Bridges. Brunson outside. And it's sent back by Parham. To the inside. Here's Mathurin. Halliburton for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Halliburton's got his first 3 points of the game. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pacers.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. it's resulted in a number of blocks.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And again, it's the Knicks missing. Indiana's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Offensive rebound. Parham. Another one goes. Incredible. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's McBride. Pass to Achua. Now here's Brunson. Will it go? And he gets the jumper to drop. Brunson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Brunson plays with a tremendous amount of confidence.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players, looking back at the statistics from any given season, deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Stolen by Brunson.
And that's 5. One more, and he'll be disqualified. Got to be more careful.
At the line for the
one of the game's elite shooters, and Towns' sweet stroke definitely extends to the free throw line.
For New York, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Brunson, plenty of space. Wide open shot is on the money. 30 points here for Jalen Brunson. Down low, here's Parham. Good, he hits again.
And that's another 60-burger to him. I mean, you can almost expect it from him at this point.
And he is now within distance of the most 60-point games in a single season. He could do it. Here's Parham. And got it. Another basket.
And this game. Has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And here's Brunson outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Walker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Siakam finds Walker. Here's Parham. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
A trend in the NBA in one. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical...